Hi, my name is Conley, and I'm a junior psychology major at UNH, and I interned at the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute in Dorchester as a Community Re-Entry Fellow. Initially, when I received my email from Semester of the City about my internship placement, I was ecstatic. The description discussed how the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute helps families and communities impacted by murder, trauma, grief, and loss. I was under the impression this meant that I would be learning about grief counseling, which I felt aligned perfectly with my psychology major. When I interviewed with my mentor, I was told that actually I would be working with a section of the program that works with formerly incarcerated men following their, who are seeking rehabilitation following their release from prison. I thought this experience sounded fascinating, but I was hesitant. For one, I'm a young female, and I didn't think that I would be able to help, let alone relate, to older men who have spent years of their lives incarcerated. Additionally, I had heard many biases about an issue of gun violence in the community of Dorchester from peers, family, the media, etc. Everyone I had told about my new opportunity had discouraged me with some sort of negativity surrounding this internship idea. Despite this, I thought about it for a while, and I needed to see for myself what my experience would be like. I had a good feeling about it. Once at my internship, my perspective was flipped upside down. My mentor and manager were extremely welcoming to me despite the fact that I'm a young woman lacking education on the U.S. prison system. I've experienced zero issues regarding safety, and most of the clients I've interacted with have treated me with immense amount of respect and kindness. Not only did my perspective change on how much I thought I was going to enjoy this internship, but I had gained a newfound sense of openness. On one of my internship days, I met my mentor at the State House for a legislative briefing on ending lifetime parole for juvenile offenders. There were several guest speakers who had committed violent crimes when they were 20 years old or younger, who are currently on lifetime parole. In the past, I don't think that I had any empathy for people who have committed violent crimes, and I don't think that I would have advocated for giving any parole at all to a violent offender. My perspective has now changed. After hearing some of these speeches, I was getting a bit emotional. One speaker in particular really stuck with me. He spoke about how the United States spends billions of dollars a year to keep prison systems running. And where was this money when he was a young man struggling growing up in a low-income community? The government is using this money when it is too late. We need more funding in education and housing and employment and basic human rights. The speakers all touched on how invasive lifetime parole is, how they always live in a constant state of fear of violating a small code of conduct and getting sent back to prison. How are they supposed to really get a second chance if they're constantly being monitored for the rest of their lives? Another speaker drove this point home. He stated, "Why would I want to be a father while on parole? Why would I want to be a homeowner while on parole? And why would I want to pursue a career while on parole?" Any reconstruction of his life that he had done could be taken away in an instant while on parole. If the bill is passed, the idea would be that an offender who is granted parole would get 3 years on it, and if they can prove that they can reintegrate into society without reoffending, they will be set free. They will be given a real second chance.